Hey everyone, it's Ellie, or Elizabeth, however you want to call, say my name. Um, so cycle one, I didn't end up getting pregnant, but it's okay. I didn't really expect that I was gonna get pregnant the first cycle. You always, hope, you wish that you got pregnant the first cycle, but not a lot of girls are that lucky. But last month, we didn't really have sex because we had a lot of stuff going on, and around the time that I got a positive on my OPK, my boyfriend ended up having a cold, and he was sick for like 4 or 5 days, so I didn't want to get sick. So I was hoping like the times that we did have sex, maybe that was like, yeah, but no, because I ended up not being pregnant and having my period on the day that I was supposed to have my period. I have an app called Ovea fertility app, and I really like it. I really do. It's like it was spot on with my fertile window, with my period, like give helpful hints and little sayings, and it does the basal body temperature, which I am doing, but I'm a little confused on it, so I'm just gonna test this one out, and then if I successfully, got through this month and not being pregnant, but still like understand it more, then I'll bring it up. But basically, you take your temperature right like before you get out of bed. You should do your temperature around the same time every day. Well, my body don't wake up. Like my body don't work like that. I tried setting alarms. Nope. Nope. So I just taking the temperature when I wake up before I get out of bed. Pop the thermometer in my mouth, get the time, and write it down. So yeah, so I'm doing that one, and I have a fertility friend app as well, and I really like that app too. I like that it gives you a suggestion of like your cervical position. Um, I don't like. Okay, I tried checking my cervical position. I can't do it. I don't understand. Some girls are like, why don't you understand? Like how hard it is. I'm like, well, first of all, I have tiny fingers. Like the whole week of like the week before I started my period, it felt high to me and soft. It felt high and soft. So, and that's it. Like one of the indicators of being pregnant. Well, I'm not pregnant. And right now I'm on cycle day 3. And when I upload this video, it'll most likely be cycle day 4. Because I work tonight. So yeah, so I can't check if there's, if my cervix is open or closed or anything. I'm half tempted at asking my boyfriend, but I don't think he understands what he would be doing either. So that's kind of like I'm just leaving it up to the home pregnancy test and potentially the basal thermometer, and yeah, and chance basically like around the time I did get pregnant, I wasn't trying, nor did I thought I was going to be pregnant or thinking about pregnancy. Honestly, my mindset of pregnant was like gone, like far away, like just like it wasn't going to happen to me unless if I planned. Well, maybe if I didn't have that kind of mindset, maybe I would have not had the miscarriage, but not saying that was its fault. That my mindset was the fault of me having a miscarriage. But anyways, um, I'm a regular cycle. I have a regular cycle. My cycle's 28 days to 30 days. No more than that. Once in a great blue moon, I'll have my period, maybe cycle 26. Maybe if it's, if I don't know. Sometimes it happens once in a while. But other than that, it's like 28 or 29 days. So, which, the ovulation test will come out positive around cycle day 14 and 15, which it did with my first cycle of trying to conceive. On cycle day 15, it came out positive. cycle day 16 positive, and cycle day 13 positive. All 3 days positive. I know some girls will get their first positive and only positive one day and then the next day negative. Well, I got 3 positives 3 days straight. It kind of sucked, that we didn't have sex around that time, but it is what it is. So but what I'm going to be doing differently with this, with my second cycle, is that I'm still going to do the prenatals. Well, of course, you need to do the prenatals if you're trying to conceive, which is this one. I changed it up a bit. I was doing the equate, but not anymore. And this one still has the DHA in it, and this one's big. And it's soft, and it's a soft, gel pill. Goes down easily, and I like it. Not too bad. Last month I was telling you that I was doing the primrose as well. This month I'm not doing it. I don't have a problem with my egg white cervical mucus discharge at all. And the only reason why I like primrose, that it helps strengthen up your uterus, and that it regulates your period, and shortens your period. Like, my days of bleeding is 5 to 6 days. Well, when I'm on primrose, I'm like 4.5 days, and it's like freaking awesome. Like, it's like it goes by quick. But I'm not doing it this month because I'm not in a hurry to shorten my period. Like, I'm fine as long as it's doing what it needs to do. I never had a problem at all before. Around the time, around the time I got pregnant, that I know there wasn't no mistake. But my guess is that I did get pregnant off of pre-cum. So they say that pre-cum is stronger than regular cum. I don't know about that one, but I did end up getting pregnant though. So so what else I'm gonna change up a bit this month is that, even though I don't have a problem with my EWCM, I am going to do and try pre-seed. Just a little bit, just give it a little, boost, for the sperm. It says that it helps sperm move and whatnot, and that's what it looks like in the back. So, yeah. So, I'm going to do this. And it comes with 9 applicators in 1 tube. This is what the applicator looks like. It's like, yeah, got little measuring numbers on the side, and the pre-seed lube. Trying to get pregnant. Yes, I am trying to get pregnant. I want a baby. So, so yeah, so I'm gonna try that. And another thing that girls said that helped them a lot of getting pregnant help them to get pregnant or to conceive, was soft cups. That you open it up. You have, intercourse, and when you guys are pretty much done, before the man pulls out, he, like you, will have it ready. So when he pulls out, that whatever little or a lot that comes out with him, like, you could catch it and put it up inside you, and it cuffs your cervix and it stretches open. So when you ovulate, your cervix dilates a little bit just for sperm to go through. This will help open up your cervix a little bit more and help the sperm to go through. And with the pre-seed and this, I think hopefully this will work out. A lot of females said that pre-seed and soft cups help them out a lot of conceiving. So this is what I'm going to do. I never used these before, so they're a little intimidating. They look like pad packaging, but they're this big. They're like, the reason why they seem intimidating to me is that something this big going inside you and opening up in there. I'm afraid that, you know, it might get stuck or it won't work out. I don't know. But a lot of females says it works out. You don't feel it, no nothing. So I'm going to give it a try. So basically, you have to pinch the side like this and then bloop, scoop up in there. And then when it's like pretty much all the way in there, you pop up in there and then make sure it goes up. And then once like you feel it like open, that means that you're in the right spot. So like good knowledge. So hopefully it all works out this month or this cycle for us. Again, I don't have any issues with my period. I'm not irregular, I'm regular. My mucus discharge is fertile when it comes. So far, I ovulate on cycle day 14, 15. Well, actually, technically, probably before that. I don't know, I'm still new at this, so don't mind me. What else I was gonna say? But the only thing is that I am RH negative and that I do have a tilted uterus. So, but they said that I'm fine. Like, it won't keep me from not getting pregnant. Doesn't mean I'm not infertile. It doesn't affect me of conceiving or holding a pregnancy. But yeah, so, last time when I was pregnant, like, I never knew I was A negative or RH negative at all. Honestly, I was thinking maybe like AB, you know, because my dad's AB. So, but no. Like, when I had the miscarriage, I was like, the day that I lost the miscarriage, I was 5 weeks and 5 days. I was really eager to get an ultrasound like any first-time mom. But that morning, I got to hear the heartbeat. Everything was fine. My hormone count was perfect, you know. There was nothing wrong. I had no spotting. The only time I had spotting, no, I had only a little bit of spotting, but that was like before that. But it was like nothing like too major. Like I wasn't even worried about it because, you know, I was expecting the spot. But yeah, when I had the ultrasound done, it kind of hurt. Like, she was like pushing, like, I had the internal ultrasound, and it hurt. And I was like, she's like, I felt like she's going really up there, like, I'm that high up, like, okay, like, I hope the baby's okay, you know, by doing this. I'm not saying that ultrasounds are bad for pregnancy or this is what caused my miscarriage, but to me, like, that's how I felt. And I knew, like, when you know something's wrong, like that intuition feeling. So, like, afterwards I did have a little bit of blood, and she said that don't worry about it, you know, everything looks good. I sent it to your doctor, and that, you know, you might have a little bit of bleeding, which is normal, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, so, you know, I talked to my doctor right afterwards. She saw the ultrasound. She's like, oh, good, you know, like, you look, you know, like, everything's look good. The heartbeat looks good. Your hormone count looks good. She never said anything about the A negative part. So I was, like, pretty, you know, like, when it came about, I was pretty confused why she didn't say anything to me about it. So, I remember going home, you know, and I ate breakfast because, you know, like, I worked a graveyard shift, so I got off at 8, and the appointment was at 8:30 or 9, and then I got the ultrasound done, and by the time I got home, it was like 10:30. And so I ate and then went to bed, And then I remember waking up feeling so icky, like just like icky. And so, sorry, it's been like almost a year. So I remember I went up to use the bathroom, do my thing, and then I get up and I wiped, and it looked like I just started my period. And I was like, what the hell? And I looked in the toilet, there was blood everywhere. And I was like, and I'm like freaking out, like I'm like shaking. And so, I got dressed, grabbed my keys, and I drove to the hospital. I didn't call my boyfriend just yet, just in case if I don't want him to be like, like I don't want to freak him out. So I didn't tell him that I was going to the hospital, to the emergency room. So I go to the emergency room, and they told me that they looked at my blood work, and they said that I was RH negative. No, they told me that I was A negative, but they never said anything about RH negative. And sorry, I'm trying to think of step by step of what happened. So basically, she told me, like, if I was having a miscarriage, there's nothing what they could do about it besides write it out. If not, then, like, I'll be okay if I'm not having a miscarriage. Sometimes bleeding happens, sometimes, whatever. But by the time I got there, I was having cramps. It was, like, on and off cramps, and I was explaining to her, like, I'm having cramps now, like, and she's like, giving me hopes that, everything will be okay. So, she's like, just go home and relax and, come back later if you really feel like, if you really know that you are, because when you are having a miscarriage, regardless. And I'm like, okay. So I actually go to my family's house, and my boyfriend's at work. So if I'm having a miscarriage, I didn't want to be by myself. So I was with my sisters, and they're like giving me hope, and I'm having on and off contractions, cramps, which technically they were contractions because my uterus was contracting and letting go of the baby. And it was just getting worse and worse and worse. And by time, like, I finally called him and told him, and I'm just like, bear with me, I called off work and stuff like that. And then by 7 o'clock at night, it stopped. And I was like, maybe everything's going to be okay, like, I'm not having any, cramps or of that, like, weird cramping feeling, So I went up and used the bathroom because I had to, pee. And it all, like, comes out. And so right then and there, I knew that I completely lost the baby. Like, it was so devastating. It was so sad. And so I went to the ER, and they did more blood work on me, and I had RH negative blood type, and they gave me the shot, and they told me that, like, they think what happened was that when I got the ultrasound done, that maybe she was putting a little bit too much pressure, which kind of ripped open the bag and mixed my blood and the baby's blood, and my body just straight attacked the baby and let the baby go. So, but none of the doctors or the ERPS person was telling me, like, there's no way that an ultrasound could make you have a miscarriage. I'm like, well, I know what I know, and I know what I felt. And I'm not blaming anyone, so I'm just gonna leave it as that and drop it. But just I have so this pregnancy is gonna be a lot different. I want to know when I got pregnant. I want to know everything what's going on, and that the fact that I got the shot, that one less thing to worry about. But sorry for, bringing up the miscarriage. I've been meaning to talk about this and made a YouTube video about it. So, yeah, so here it is. So, I hope you ladies are having a good day. And all my TC sisters, follow me on Instagram. I'm on there all the time. So, yeah. Bye.